Hello, my name is Luke Lau, subject coordinator for ACM 2003 Interactive Programming at Victoria University. In this video tutorial, we're going to be actually exploring how variables can be used in Adobe Flash. In this instance, we're going to actually type in someone's name, we're going to submit, we're going to store that information in Flash's memory, and then we're going to pull it out on the second page. Now, what we're going to cover is we're going to cover variables, and we're going to cover text. In specifically input and dynamic text boxes. Okay, so let's get this started by first downloading example2_example.fla. Now, as you can see, this is an expanded version of example 1 we were working on just before. And as you can see, there's a submit and a reset button. It just dumps between these two frames. There is some text. Submit your name, and your name is. So if I type in my name in the first input text box, when I press submit, it remembers it in the second frame. Okay, now let's just examine the actual working FLA file. So I'll just open up the properties window. I've got an input text box here, and that's associated to a variable. Let's bring that up there. And that's associated to a variable called varName. If I go to the second frame, I've got a dynamic text box, and that's associated to a variable called varName. So they both link to each other. Okay. I've also got some static text here as well. So just a bit of an explanation. Input text allows you to allows the end user to input text and for that to be stored under a variable name. In this instance, varName. For dynamic text allows us to read a variable, in this instance, varName, and display what's being stored in that variable. Therefore, when we go to the first text box, we're storing that information. In the second text box, we're just pulling that information out. And we're able to do that because both input and dynamic text boxes are actually named exactly the same. So they're actually pointing to the same variable, varName. Okay, so let's construct this. What we will do is open up the example, which is the file that we're working on just before. So just open that up again, and what we need to do is create another layer called text. Okay, now put 2 keyframes on there, and what we need to do is, with the text tool, type in your name. Make sure it's static. The static text is just for display purposes. Okay, and what we need to put is then an input text box. So I'll just make that a little bit wider. Input text box. And we've got to scroll down in our list, and we should have something called variable. And we just name this varName. Okay? So this input text box is going to store information in Flash's memory under the name varName. Now in the second page, what we need to do is put in some display text, which is your name is, then another text box, dynamic text, make it a little bit larger. So it's dynamic text because we want to read Flash's memory. And we call this varName. Okay, so let's just test this now. Hello? Oh, let's not name ourselves hello. Let's name ourselves Frank. Submit. And your name is Frank. And we just reset it. Let's go. My name is not Frank anymore, it's Luke. Submit. And it's stored Luke. And we're pulling that out. Okay, well that ends this video tutorial. If you've got any questions, ask your tutor, post up a question up on the bulletin board, and one of your peers, or one of the tutors, or myself will answer that for you. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video.